Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony. Thank you for stopping by my channel. If you're here for the first time, be sure to go down below and subscribe if you will. Today, I am in Cheraw, South Carolina, and I am going to take you on a little short tour of some of the historical buildings here in this town, but right after this station identification. Cheraw takes its name from the tribe of Indians that inhabited this area in the early 1700s, known as the Cheraws. In the mid-1700s, Cheraw was one of only 6 towns in South Carolina that was listed on English maps. Was also as far up the Great Petey River that you could come by steamboat. So this was a big trading center. This area here is known as the town green. At one time there would be livestock auctions and all types of trading going on. This is the Ingalls McIver Law Office. Was actually moved to this area in 1947 from Front Street, which is actually not far, down at the end of this street. Was built prior to 1838 when Alexander Gregg read law here. Right on the edge of the town green is Merchants Bank. As you can see, it's been added on to over the years, but if you look in the center, that's what the original bank looked like. This was actually one of the last banks to honor Confederate money, and actually made Confederate money there, in fact. I have in my collection just a few bills from there. This time of year is when Cheraw is at its most beautiful, with the trees turning green and all the azaleas blooming, birds chirping. And it's on a Sunday and it's very peaceful downtown. Weather is perfect. This is called the Lyceum. Very small building. It holds our museum, History of Cheraw. It served as a library, an office for both the Confederate and the Union Army, as well as a telegraph office. The Cheraw Town Hall was built in 1858, and the Masons here in Cheraw paid for part of the building, and in exchange for that was given a 99-year lease for the top floor. It was built as a meeting place, a theater, as well as a town hall, and the town hall is what's there now. The mayor's office and codes enforcement and all is inside this building. Something that I think is real unique is those wrought iron steps was built by renowned ironwork artist in Charleston, South Carolina, Christopher Warner. Was floated up the river, was also paid for by the Masons, and if you'll notice in the very top rail, the Masonic square and compass. Directly across the street from the town hall, this building is known as Market Hall. It's been here for around 175 years. Was built around 1837. Downstairs of Market Hall was type of an open air type building where the sides could be opened up, where people would come to sell their produce, as well as some other transactions were made here. During the 20th century, Cheraw was really big into the textile trade. There were a lot of textile mills here, and all these businesses were bustling down Market Street as well as 2nd Street. But with other small towns, a lot of businesses have packed up and moved away. But the town is still pressing on and still shifting to make a way in this world. There's the old hardware store from a long time ago across the street. Of course, we wouldn't want to leave Dizzy Gillespie out. I actually have done a video on him by himself, but a native son of Cheraw that bit his trumpet and went on to become a famous jazz musician, and actually the inventor of a form of jazz called bebop. When he was a kid, he would work at the local movie theater. It's known now as Theater on the Green, but during those days, people would try to slip into the movie, and Dizzy was actually caught slipping into the movie, and he was hired by the manager to be a guard to keep people out and keep them from slipping into the movies. During those days, places were segregated, and movie theaters as well, where the white kids would go in there and the black, they had their own entrance. Okay, well, that's going to do it for our visit to the Town Green here in Cheraw, South Carolina. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up. I know that history has some unpleasant memories, but as you've heard me say before in some of my past videos, a famous quote by a patriot, Patrick Henry, where he said, "Unless we study the past, we are doomed to repeat it." Having said that, thank you for stopping by. Be sure to tell your family and friends, but for now, y'all have a good day.